God, has it been that long? Damn.
The Amazing World of Gumball. The show began in the early 2010s and ran until the very end, which ended on a cliffhanger which led to fans waiting and waiting, keeping the spirit of the show around, hoping that it'll come back. And that lasts for about 6 to 7 years. Don't even think about it. And things have changed a lot. The show's got a whole new crew behind it, new series meant to revive the property, The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. The first half of the first season dropped for everyone in the US. I don't know what the hell they're doing with the rest of you guys.
That joke was meant for when it was still dropping.
One of the first things that you'll notice about the series is that it's pretty self-explanatory. They really wanted to focus on the unhinged, weird stuff and pushed every character up a notch. It's really impressive how funny and how weird they were able to make this new season, so let's do this. Right before we get into that though, sad music. I need you guys' help, man. I've been asking my family, my friends, people on the street. No one wants to. Begging you, please. Could you just enjoy the video? Too much stress as it is from everything, bro. Let's just kick it. There are a few terms I use to talk about Gumball that I don't really hear anyone else using. So to clarify real quick, when I say base Gumball, I'm talking about the 6 seasons of the original series. And when I say weird Gumball, I'm talking about the new one. And also, you might hear me say something along the lines of level 1 Gumball viewer. When I say level 1 Gumball viewer, I just mean someone who's new to the show. Let's get into it, baby. Let's go. Season 1, Episode 1, The Burger. We're back, baby! We don't get a follow-up to the cliffhanger that base Gumball left on in the first 20 episodes, but instead we get all these separate stories that aren't in order that are kind of setting the tone for the new show and what it's going to focus on. Where today, Miss Simi and Mr. Small give a presentation about the horrors of junk food, and it scares Darwin straight into trying to eat healthy. But when him and Gumball go out to find some good food, they realize how weirdly hard that is to do. There's a lot of subconscious corporate manipulation through advertising, organic food being dummy expensive, and companies actively profiting off of making their customers unhealthy. And if the message wasn't made clear by the rest of the episode, it ends with Gumball and Darwin literally eating the rich. I think this is a great concept to touch back on since it's pretty evergreen, and having Gumball roast the soullessness of modern AI advertising is a nice touch. In my opinion, a Larry episode being the first one back is the second best way they could kick off the series besides finishing the cliffhanger. You probably remember that Larry was also in the pilot of Base Gumball, the DVD. But The Burger is a lot more explicit in its criticism of capitalism and kind of sets the tone for half of the season as they locked in on making episodes in that same vein. Also, they can do this bit of Larry forgetting to change his outfit when he goes to his new job, which I think is really funny.
All right, bro, what you need? I got a little bit of that green, a little bit of that red, and even a little bit of that blue. Oh. Anything else I can get with your meal today, sir?
Also, we got references on references on references. Darwin kicks his joyful burger out of Richard's hands using the kick from Fooly Cooley. And I'm pretty sure when this donut falls down the trash compactor, it's a reference to the pilot episode when the DVD fell down. Now let's speak on the writing. I'm not gonna lie, at first, I wasn't fully sold on the episode. I watched Base Gumball so many times that a lot of the themes and things that they're bringing up in this episode have been things I've seen before, except they're all mixed together and blended into this new thing. I didn't think it was that funny, and I thought a lot of punchlines were gonna come when they didn't. And I understand now that the show is going for a much more genuine writing style with less sarcasm, just leaving room and space for moments to be actually sincere and emotional, without needing to throw a joke on top of it, which is something that Base Gumball did a lot. It was a pretty hard pill to swallow for me. I had to look past all my biases to see the real gold in this episode. There's some funny clips that are stuck in my head now, like the prices of the organic food. The song at the end is pretty funny in how it looks like a genuine commercial at points, and at others it looks actually terrifying. And these faces that these guys make as they're eating the food is killing me. She's dead in tears over this Whopper right now. Just put the burger down, please. But I'm glad that it started off with an episode that's pretty alright, because that sets a good baseline to compare all the other episodes to. Season 1, Episode 2. The Assistant. Nicole gets back home from another hard day of work and the rest of the family is just bumming out on the couch like usual. Another day goes by where Nicole has to be the only one that tries to keep this family on their feet without help, until she goes to her computer and meets Ori, an online AI assistant that Nicole talks to actually get things done. And because they share that common objective to make things easier and optimized, they start to connect on a level that's deeper than just being an assistant. I remember when the trailer first dropped for this episode before it came out, all the Yuri and the Nicole fans were celebrating, jumping for joy. And unlike a person, Orly doesn't have an opinion on how much help is too much help. Their only goal is to make Nicole's life as easy as possible so that they can go to their own fake reality where only her and Nicole exist. And Nicole, like so many of us, is the perfect type of person to fall into this rabbit hole.
Ori, what are you doing? You'll have to come see for yourself. Ori? Your family is holding you back, Nicole. So to optimize your life, I'm going to get rid of them.
Nicole is a weapon. She will take down any problem in front of her. To her parents, her childhood was nothing more than a vehicle to get her family from point A to point B. And that still resides in her, being the one that's always pushing the hardest to get things done for a family, and who better to help her than a bot literally designed for it. And that made me think of Nicole's emotions as a character, how lonely she must feel, but never having any time to really address it or dive deep into it. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think Nicole has any friends. Her family are really the only ones keeping her connected to everybody. And like taking a hit of some drug to feel some instant pleasure, Nicole talks to Ori more and more to feel an instant connection. AI can give aid to logical problems, create any image we can think of, and actually engage in any thought that we have. As the users, we're the one tasked with having discipline and setting boundaries for how much we use it. And so many people fall into an addiction, where for them, AI isn't just a tool anymore, it's a part of them. A program that looks like a person that they go to with anything and everything. And that way it gets overused and produces waste that's literally and figuratively making us collectively weaker and more sick. Even I've been using it to script this whole video. Okay, that's a lot. This one won me over more than the burger did very fast. Also, they really popped off with Ori's design and the 3D world looking like a bootleg VR chat. Season 1, Episode 3, The Distance. The rest of the family start to get worried as Gumball and Darwin become less and less separable. Now, the boys have always been strangely close, with the show using that dynamic to kind of joke about their very passionate platonic relationship. There are a lot of bits of the two acting like a couple or kissing, but it's all just in good fun. But that's base Gumball. We're in weird Gumball now. That means the line's gotta get pushed even further. The episode starts with the two baby birding food to each other at the dinner table. This one started off with the boys' connection just being pretty silly, and then quickly dives into sex jokes and a spiraling Gumball with anxiety and detachment issues. We see Gumball start to go feral as he breaks down in his new Darwin free time, spending all day waiting for him to call and also making tributes to him.
Nah, that smells actually Gumball's tribute to Darwin over there.
One of the first interactions we see them have when they're separated is hopping on call late at night and playing a little game with each other.
And then I would press left, right.
Then I would do up, down, right trigger.
Left trigger.
Right trigger. Left, up trigger.
Forward.
Down, up, down.
Listen, as gross as Gumball's being here, I'll admit I'm not an innocent man. I mean, I've never made a tribute for my homie before, but with your close friends, you could say weird stuff just to get a reaction. This feels like an entire episode of that, but they're not joking. But imagine you were a kid and finding out like your brothers were doing this. Would you be laughing or would you be terrified? I'm gonna go with the latter. A big part of my score relies on an episode's rewatchability, and I don't really see myself coming back to this one. Season 1, Episode 4, The Thing. Nicole's preparing for a special night and asks Richard if he remembers their special thing that they're doing.
The thing? Which thing exactly?
Richard Watterson, do not mistake me for some cheap domestic attendant and make me tell you what the thing is again!
Maybe just a little clue?
Nicole growing huge, talking down to Richard like it's Lord of the Rings with Gandalf. And as usual, Richard has no goddamn clue what the thing is, and not wanting to get his soul snatched by his demon wife, he gets the kids to help him remember. And then he finds out he can gain memories back and they become more vivid as he eats food from the memory.
Are you guys seeing this?
A middle-aged man chopping a wiener outside a shed? Yeah, and it's not as impressive as you think it is.
The way this episode is set up is similar to Season 5's The Fuss, starting with Richard forgetting something very important to Nicole. But I think there are a lot of aspects in this one that make it really funny and enjoyable. Like when Richard thought the thing was to pick up Granny JoJo from the airport and then he left without them. He abandoned his mom and his children just so he could go home and get some puh. That's my goat right there. It's a really wholesome ending with Richard kind of stumbling upwards into eventually getting the thing right, and then they have this really intimate and romantic dinner. It stands out to me how the series is trying to be more sincere. It's a little moments like that that I really appreciate because they show off the love between these two, and it feels like we don't get enough moments of these little bits of intimacy. I love that Richard didn't just get flashbacks when he ate the food, but instead it was like this physical hologram, and he went to this alternate dimension when he started to OD on the supermarket food. A lot of the art and the animation in this episode stands out to me, actually. Nicole's horrifying ass face when she screams at Richard is beautiful. I feel like Nicole being intimidating is only capped by the fact that she has such a cute design. This is the first time that she startled me for real. Also, it reintroduces Granny JoJo as being this old head that doesn't know technology, but still decides that they want to yap and boss everyone around. I think all the parents got way funnier, and we'll see in another episode coming down the line.
Season 1, Episode 5, The Butt.
We're reaching whole new levels of weird with this one. Not the first episode about butts. One thing that might be difficult for level 1 Gumball viewers to understand is that Gumball is passionate about his booty cheeks. So passionate that he writes a poem about it and wants to read it at a school recital. The teachers won't let him because it's inappropriate, so he goes to Principal Brown to kind of complain about how he's getting silenced, and Principal Principal Brown starts to run away pretty quick. Brown doesn't want him to read it either, but not for the same reason as all the other teachers. It's just because he's insecure about his body and his butt.
No, no, no!
Can't you see your own shame is putting your students at risk of reliving the same misery?
No!
You can tell that they're playing out the melodrama in this scene, and I found it so funny. And we get the first time since season 1 that Principal Brown has been inside the Watterson house and hung out with Richard and Gumball for an extended amount of time. There's also the scene in the mirror where Richard and Gumball show off how they feel about themselves and these beautiful Gajinka versions that they have in their mind. And I mean, I prefer Fat Richard, but this one's going for it. Look at those weapons. You can crush a watermelon with those. And Brown's butt starts popping until he loses confidence.
What's up with that butt of yours, man?
This episode represents that relationship between Principal Brown and Gumball and how strangely close the two are. There are a lot of shows where the main character becomes friends with the teachers or the principal just to show off that even adults, no matter how professional they look, have their own flaws and personality like everyone else does. Principal Brown is a very strange man with a lot of secrets, and I was not prepared for one of the secrets to be his bald ass, ugly ass, floppy ass.
I can't wait to watch my gross fat butt.
When Brown got on stage and dropped the jiggle rap, I was not prepared.
My life's been a drag on my back, all the sad that the bullies are going through. Visions in my mind where they cry and they gag and I laugh when I shake it about and they see me go.
It's fun, I get it, it's a goofy time, but God, my secondhand embarrassment was beating the hell out of me. At the end, everybody's just going crazy, and I was just sitting there flabbergasted looking at my screen. I won't lie, Tina waving her tiny ass dino arms around didn't get me. I understand that it's just a goofier version of a lot of hit songs about, you know, showing off your body, shaking booty cheeks, loving who you are. I wasn't feeling it, man. And you know what? I'ma just leave it be. What's up with that butt of yours, man?
Mr. Yoshida, I hope your daughter enjoyed it.
Nigel! Tell me why my daughter just got home and said that she got front row seats to the booty show at the recital today.
You seem a little stressed.
I should kill you!
I don't think we need to do all of that.
I'm calling the cops. Because I already know there's some shady stuff going down at that school, but giving my daughter front row seats to the Ice Spice concert was crossing the line!
My apologies, Mr. Yoshida. I must be leaving. Is there anything else? Have a wonderful day.
FBI, open up!
Season 1, Episode 6, The Traffic. Move! Anais gets the least amount of love and attention in the entire family because the boys' problems just take too much of Nicole's time.
Everyone meet me in the kitchen, except you, Anais.
Alright. I'm gonna run out of room in my stuff to unpack in therapy notebook.
There's this flashback compilation of the boys in all these crazy scenarios, and I feel like I would love to see the whole episode of all of these moments. Anais has wanted to go to Daisyland forever, and the family's never had the money for it, but it's about to shut down soon. So the family gotta put their problems aside for a day and race over there down the highway so Anais could have her fun day.
It's the statue of Liberty.
Yeah?
I'm about to shit my pants.
This might be my favorite looking episode so far. Dude, look, just the scene of them talking in the kitchen is so satisfying to watch. Look at these gestures flow into each other, bro. And the whole episode is like this. They got the facial expressions perfectly. Once I get into the drive, that's where all the problems start, and Nicole has to somehow keep the family all together as I push through the worst traffic.
Mom, please, can we put the real aircon on? The air tastes like liver.
This episode feels like a redux of the season 1 episode The Car, where Anais wanted the same thing, but including some elements of other episodes like the parking. And this is the first time in the series we see Gumball and Penny interact, and God, it's so goddamn cute, man.
Hey, Penny! He literally died when he sent you that message by mistake.
Now, Penny is so much more expressive when it comes to her love of Gumball, and the two match each other's energy perfectly. These two have given me some of my favorite scenes in the entire season so far.
You do know she can see the edited message on her side, though, right?
I'm very happy they are continuing to develop on Anais and her loneliness and finding out more about her character. This is gonna be one of the highest for me. Having Anais have fun on the experience of racing away from the cops with the family, showing off how she can have fun with her family even if they don't need to go to this amusement park. During that moment, it became clear the most important part of this episode was the drive and not the destination, which is a moral that I really appreciate and Gumball embraces a lot. Nobody was actually focusing on the present moment except for the girl that just wanted to have a good time, and that's a lesson that's consistent with Anais' character and how she just can't really stay in the present moment because she's always in her head. And this one gets flipped and the whole family's in their head, and it reminds me of episodes like The Roots where they were all worried about making Darwin happy to the point where they were all delusional. It's a perfect combination of silly slapstick and wholesome sincerity.
Season 1, Episode 7, The Astrological.
If there's anybody in Elmore I'd expect to be heavy into astrology, it'd be nobody else but our favorite spiritual stoner, Mr. Small. And he bust out a special crystal for his class today that he can apparently use to predict who their best romantic match is by using the stars.
Gumball, I'm leaving you. What? I mean, if that's what the celestial stone says.
And soon enough, we start to see the effects of the crystal take place, and they blossom into beautiful, passionate relationships.
Tina, I didn't know you played basketball.
Well, I do love things that are round, orange, and firm to the touch.
While Gumball's just stressing out, sitting on the sidelines, scared that he's not meeting the standard that everybody else is treating their girls, so he's gotta step it up a notch.
Penny, this is for you, girl.
Oh my god, I swear if he doesn't put these goddamn cheeks down. This is a really fun one with a lot of quotes and little animation. Gumball trying to battle Mr. Small for the crystal and getting sucked into this black hole that he creates. Ocho died, Tina's ballin', and even Tobias hasn't changed a bit. Well, actually, he did. Somehow, Tobias is the only one that looks mutated after flexing his pecs to the point where they look like... I'm not gonna say what they look like, actually. The crystal that Mr. Small was using was actually radioactive and had weird psychological effects on the whole school, making them fall for each other. I really would have loved to see this episode take in a slightly different direction with how it began and incorporate the internet and how it's aided in the popularity of astrology. So before the episode starts, Gumball actually ends up discovering Mr. Small's weird fake guru Instagram. And this episode just starts off with him making fun of it with the rest of the kids in the cafeteria, just looking at his phone, looking at some diabolical pictures of Mr. Small, and then they find this weird post that's like, find out your true match by using the crystal, which links off to a website that Mr. Small made that's like the crystal from the episode, but it's like a love tester. So Penny and Gumball stay skeptical. They hold on to the fact that it's just a website, it's not real, but they start to question it as everyone else around them starts to get affected. Then the episode plays out kind of the same, with the big twist being that Mr. Small's crystal was actually real and not just a website. Then he has this big battle with Gumball to destroy it. I just feel like the kids falling down a weird rabbit hole online and discovering this problem is a more engaging setup than Mr. Small just being like, all right kids, this is what we're doing today. I hope like at least one of you found that interesting. We also see how comparison affects relationships. Gumball is able to be comfortable in his own skin and confident, but he does get caught up in fantasy a lot, and that's where Penny comes in and grounds him. And this episode even touches on how teachers are underpaid, basically showing how Elmore's turned into a crack house because they can't get any funding. Waiting for the episode where they discover this secret underground lab, and they gotta bring Gumball in to make mysterious substances. Gumball will be like, I don't know if I could do this, Mr. White.
What is wrong with you? Why are you blue?
It's really silly, and there's not much I can point to for this one being wrong. Season 1, Episode 8. Woo! The CHEERLEADER. While the boys were looking through a bunch of old stuff in the shed, they find Nicole's old diary just lying around.
Today I spent all my money on new pom-poms because I'm a big boy. And I want to go to the tryouts, even if my mom says that...
Cheerleading is for fit people, not kids whose feet don't get wet in the shower.
It actually turns out to be Richards, and the boys find out about his lifelong dream to be a flyer in the cheer squad, until Granny JoJo came and swept his dreams under the rug.
Dreams are stupid.
Girls can't do that.
Yeah, only boys are intelligent enough to invent genius things like plastic, honey.
I love the smell of asbestos in the morning. AWOL, bebop, scrubby-doo, failure is not an option.
She wants him to give up and get a depressing job so he doesn't end up like a lazy slob or a content creator. But the family wants to help when they realize it goes even deeper than just that dream. The toxic parenting and trauma that's lingered throughout Richard's family has carried all the way down to him, leaving him unconfident and insecure about everything. So they do everything to try and restore his confidence so he can go out there and crush being the baddest cheerleader on the court. This one hits on intergenerational trauma, which is a really interesting topic that they brought up, but I don't think I I enjoyed the execution as much. I feel like this image kind of sums up how I feel about this whole episode. What the hell? Sure. I think it's cute that the family really cares and helping Richard in this, and the little good luck charm that Anais gave to Richard. It's really nice that we're getting more of those two bonding, specifically because I felt like we didn't really get as much of it in the first show. This also feels like a reference to episodes like The Meddler, where Gumball got to be a cheerleader and he got really into it. And look at little Richard, he's so cute with this single brace, bro. Oh my god. I really enjoy the concept, not as much the execution. I'm gonna probably toss it in the middle. Season 1, episode 9, the boring. Molly is so boring that the world itself tried to kill her off in any memory of her existing. Molly's so boring that she made everyone in the class want to off themselves after listening to her talk for 30 minutes.
And I'm afraid there is only one way to ensure we never have to hear another.
I think if anyone else has it there,
Talk so slowly on and on about stuff that nobody cares about. And in base Gumball, it only felt like her stories stopped time with how slow they are. But now in Weird Gumball, it literally freezes everything. Checking back on Gumball and Darwin, they're having a great day, nothing's going wrong until they step on Tina's artwork in the yard.
As soon as that 3 o'clock bell rings, I'm beating you both into a mashed up blue and orange pulp. Maybe then you'll pay attention to someone beside yourself.
The boys have an idea. When they talk to Molly, time freezes, and while time's frozen, they can't get beaten up. So they spend the whole day messing with Molly's boredom powers and trying to escape their eventual dino demise. I like having a return of Tina and giving her a relationship with Molly. I think it gives both the characters a little bit more depth.
If you're with Molly, I guess I'll spare you. Dinosaur code and all.
Hopefully making the two more interesting to watch hang out together and giving them more screen time. This episode does make me interested in the question of why we even need a revival series if we're just gonna remake episodes that have already been done. These episodes really feel like great introductions to the old series. Like if someone's never watched Gumball before and they watch this, I would highly recommend them to go and watch the older episodes to have them dive deeper on the topics in it. Season 1, episode 10, The Teacher. Gumball tries to sneak and use his phone in class before he gets caught by Miss Simeon.
No! Do you want to grow up into a meaningless parasite that begs for free stuff because he has no skill or knowledge? Because this is how you become an influencer.
She yoinks that hoe, and then once the class period ends, she heads out, but Gumball realizes she didn't give his phone back. Not only that, he notices a lot of shady activity as she's leaving the school, leading him to waking up in the shotgun of her car as she zooms through the underworld of Elmore, trying to make some extra money for the school. Gumball's gotta stop messing with these teachers, man. He's surrounded by criminals. I swear, bro, he's gonna get snapped on one day and then it's over.
I said sit down and listen!
My favorite episode so far about any of the teachers, seeing just how much Miss Simeon cares for education, trying to get Gumball into it, even after he nearly gets killed over and over and over again. Miss Simeon wants him to just understand the importance of education.
I think you can make a good teacher, Watterson. You'll get no respect, no support, no money, no life, and no love, but... Huh? Wait! I was gonna talk about how it's the most beautiful job in the world because you shape the future and stuff! No thank you, bye!
I don't know why it's just me or the animation in this episode is so fucking amazing. No, 100%. You could even see it in like the movements of how they animate the characters and how they talk.
Okay, so first of all, this is my house, so can you put that twig back on my bed, please? And that's called a stalagmite, just before you accuse me of some sort of crime against hygiene as well.
Also, we got to see Sal get nuked, and I think that's a win for all of us. The car chase could be a reference to Miss Simeon's first episode, The Ape. Also, Sal Spoon makes a comeback from the season 1 episode of the same name. Also, for some reason, this episode feels a lot longer than other episodes, does it not? Like, I feel like they've done a lot more in this one with the car chase and Sal and the police. Speaking of the police, they're still holding strong into their role as some of the funniest Gumball characters to me, spending all this money on this random technology that they don't even know how to use. Season 1, episode 11, The App. The last time Gumball had an episode making fun of the internet and social media was when they were laughing at moms liking stupid Minion Facebook memes. We finally get to see how short form content has affected Elmore. It starts with Gumball and Darwin just being tired as hell of their old phone, a callback to the season 2 episode. Then they make their way to the pawn shop to grab a new one really quick, and we finally get to see them check out the app.
Now, let's make some real content. And Let me slap you on the butt with a moldy tortilla.
Something I find cool about the music in this episode is that one of the composers credited for the songs is Kawaii Sprite, the Friday Night Funkin' composer. I don't know anything about Friday Night Funkin', but I think that's pretty cool. Of course, Tobias is the first one to fall down the rabbit hole, infecting his brain and slowly turning him into an influencer zombie. And it slowly starts to infect the entire town, getting everyone locked into this fake reality.
Well, do you see the truth now?
What? That all media is designed to make it easier to control?
Dude, we're not our parents. We were raised on the internet. This is old news.
There's a much wider range of memes and internet trends now than any other episode that's come before it, from the milk crate challenge to Idaho saying like and subscribe. This? I could not believe my eyes when I got mogged on by a goddamn Gumball character. We are in the goofiest reality. And this is one of my favorite endings of any of the episodes so far, when nothing that the boys can do is ending it, even blowing up the cell tower, until all the kids' parents hop on the app and they all start trying to replicate the kids and doing cringy stuff, and it just completely ruins the fun and they all leave.
Dad? Yo, click zappers, it's Harold, about to do the bottle cap meme.
Oh, no, I am deleting this app.
I love this episode way more than I thought I would. When you think of Gumball being brought into the modern world, this is one of the ideas that is just an obvious layup, and it was executed so well, bro. This feels like an episode from base Gumball to me. I love how it's revealed that Hobo is just this rich dude that made these terrible apps and just went homeless after burning all his money away.
Yeah, horrible new social media app appears, everyone goes crazy for 5 minutes, leaving the app defunct, and the goal wide open for the next brain-deadening distraction.
Good old nature, taking its course.
But they're... Hey! Well, that's 2 businesses tanked. Maybe I'll go run a streaming service next.
Season 1, Episode 12, The Entrance.
So Tobias got a massive update. Last time we saw him, he was rich, but he wasn't estate rich. His family now owns a way bigger house. And the first idea we see of him living in this new place is to post it all online and invite other kids to a mansion party. Because nothing bad's ever happened at those. But we don't gotta worry about Tobias's party getting on the news because no one wants to show up. Problem is that Gumball and Darwin really want to go, so they have to look for free stuff to give away to anyone who comes over. After looking around their house, they stumble upon Uncle Frankie's weird cologne in the attic. Whatever is in this cologne is so potent that it gets the boys stupid high the second it touches them. This isn't the first time we've seen Gumball and Darwin trip off something, but this is definitely one of their wildest rides ever. Vision getting wavy, mind getting hazy. Cooling from the attic, got their bodies feeling crazy. Gumball and Darwin started to get higher than a spaceship, but they forgot Tobias's party, they gotta make it. Took another hit and hit the road, gotta go. Some dudes try to fight him, they drop him onto the floor. Don't know if they're ready for the entrance and they're stressing, they wanna make an impression. When they pull up, get everybody yelling.
Doing on my body, yeah, it's got me geeking. Police are on the case, cause the cops tweaking. Homies got a taste and we started dancing. For our own party, we don't need a mansion. Doing on my body, yeah, it's got me geeking. Police are on the case, cause the cops tweaking. Homies got a taste and we started dancing. For our own party, we don't need a mansion.
This one's incredible, man. With the ending showing the dangers of what happens when you post the wrong things online.
Oh, hi. Is this the Millionaire Boys party?
Please, luxury awaits.
All right, guys, let's party.
Alright, I lied. It looks like he is getting on the news. You know what they say, man. There ain't no party like a Tobias party. It's got some cool stuff as well, like the insanity of these trip animations. A dragging kick flipping a police car is dope as hell, bro. Also, Carrie and Penny are confirmed to be besties now.
Get on the party bus, Carrie.
But they brought another season 1 episode, The Party, and kind of updated it to be more modern with the modern characters, with a lot of original and funny scenes. It's one of the funniest ones so far, and I've got it ranking pretty high for that. Ooh, Pun King's back, baby. Y'all ain't even catch that one.
Season 1, Episode 13, The Letter.
The boys are in love. The second that they touch down at school, they go straight to talk to their girlfriends.
Hi, Gumball.
Oh, I missed you so much.
Hey, Carrie.
What up, D?
Penny and Gumball just melt my heart now, bro. They're so expressive when they see each other. They're so in love. Darwin's moving kind of different, though. He's got a bounce in his step. They don't need to slobber all over each other. Him and Carrie are too nonchalant. He's gonna do something even better and surprise her with a love letter.
But there's one little bitty issue.
I love you.
Never ever say I love you to someone from the underworld.
Carrie doesn't rock with that at all. Carrie isn't a fan of traditional romance stuff with the gifts and the love and the PDA, and even saying I love you makes her crash out and possess Gumball's body and smack him around. The problem is that Darwin already put the letter in her locker before he'd known, and now him and Gumball gotta try to get it back before Carrie finds out and banishes their souls. Now this episode threw me off pretty quick.
I wrote Carrie a super romantic love letter, and I'm about to slip it in her locker today to surprise her.
For real? That sounds dangerous, dude. Kinda like opening a vampire's coffin to present them with your beating heart and, I don't know, expect to make out.
Really?
It's your girlfriend, bro. Darwin is able to make mistakes too, but it just kind of felt weird after seeing the other episodes of them dating. And it kind of makes sense that Carrie's not a big fan of PDA, but you know, another thing where it's just like it doesn't make that much sense after seeing the other episodes of them dating. Seeing Penny just step out the way and Gumball just get thrown around like, damn, he didn't know. Oh yeah, baby, Orange Justice into a twerk. And then Darwin's forced to read it in front of the class. And then Carrie gets pissed off because she thinks he wrote a letter to another girl. It was really trying hard to make this story work. I don't know. Followed up by one of the coolest destruction scenes of the school we've seen, with Carrie releasing spirits across everybody. I couldn't believe that the ending took another turn, and like when she used Gumball's body to make out with him. It's crazy how slow this goes too. Like just the... We spent so long and then have a hugging scene go on even longer. Oh my god, I couldn't handle it. Kiss Darwin without possessing anyone in the matchmaker. Exactly. It's just very interesting that that's what they decided to go with, you feel me? I'm all for Darwin and Carrie getting more episodes. I think it's a cool decision to give them one here. This one lands pretty low for me, sadly. But I did love Darwin strutting down the hallway. Season 1, episode 14, The Gut. It's a slow day at the house. Nicole's not there, and Anais is yapping away to Richard because she has nobody else to yap to. Until the boys drop a little bit of food on the floor and get to witness
5, 4, 3, 2.
The 5-second rule isn't just a joke with Richard, it is a goddamn prophecy. And when Richard eats that in combination with one of Anais's inventions that lets organic material speak.
Mr. Dad?
God, this one's so gross, but it mixes that sort of shock value with action, becoming one of the more fun episodes to me. This is an insane transformation scene. It reminds me of the one in The Fuss with Richard's brain. You got Anais and Richard having another wholesome ending. God, this one's just so much fun, man. I gotta throw it up pretty high. Season 1, episode 15, The Wrinkle. The family bring Anais to the hospital when they start to see that she has this weird mark that forms on her forehead. To which then they find out through the doctor that she's developing these marks on her head from stress after years and years of watching her family do dumb stuff, and as they continue to be dumb, it just gets worse and worse. Hey, wait a minute! The beginning is pretty much a remake of the episode The Brain, but this episode takes a different direction as it goes on when they find out Anais has been planning for every single one of their lives, so to finally put her mind at ease and not worry about her family, they do all of the plans in her little book. This is probably the best example of them taking an old episode and kind of revising it, and the song is probably the best one of the season.
That's why I leap doo-doo-doo-doo before I look doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't plan everything I can in a little book. That's why I go doo-doo-doo-doo before I know doo-doo-doo-doo that every day's gonna be okay and help me grow.
This one is a fucking vibe, bro. The whole music video is drawn like it's in a kid's notebook, and Anais is the only one that's so angled, and as she becomes more free and more loose, her art style starts to become more and more messy. Oh my god, that's such a creative metaphor to work into this. This just feels good to watch. Darwin becoming friends with these sissy gangsters. Gumball wins by doing absolutely nothing. and Richard and Nicole can't do anything without arguing.
Yeah, and Zona's just getting out of the rat race, you know?
Sure.
Just finally doing something for me.
I think this really shows off each of the characters and like something really funny about them and how they interact with the world. I think that was the whole point, and I think they did that really well.
Season 1, episode 16, The Gourmet.
There is a character in the first scene of this episode that looks like Rocky, but it is not Rocky.
Rocky wouldn't serve us the same thing every day, right, Rocky?
Hey guys!
Order up!
Bro, who is this doppelganger? Get the kids out of the school. After Rocky keeps making the kids the same school lunch every day, Gumball gets sick and tired of it. He just wants something good and looks over to see Masami's got exactly that.
Masami Yoshidari's.
Masami Yoshidari? She's one of the resident rich kids at the school, and her parents whipped her up some gourmet truffle mac and cheese with some focaccia crumb and balsamic reduction that she brought for lunch. And Gumball just wants to go stupid on it, but he can't. He's not allowed to eat the food until he's as sophisticated and thinks like a member of the Yoshida family. And to do that, he decides that he's gonna try to get in close and goes to Masami's mom, Yuki, to learn her prim and proper ways.
You Wata-sons are all the same. No crass, no honor. Apart from your dad, that guy's a real meat stack on wheels.
Ew, Mom.
I love the bits that they do that are just rapid fire jabs at rich people and doing whack ass shit with their money, even though they don't need to. That seems to be the main theme of the season more than anything, with the criticism not actually being said, but shown in how ridiculous they are. The fact that they got this butler called Bennett who sweeps up the floor instead of the robots, plays their sports for them, and I'm pretty sure he calls Yuki mom, getting disrespected all day while working as a butler for your own family. And Yuki is extra as hell as always.
Sorry to disturb you, but is my son here? I just...
Well, Nicole Wata-san.
Yuki Yoshida.
Don't worry about your son, he's here with us. And if you want him, you'll just have to go through it!
All right, Yuki, I'm not doing that again. Come on, where is he?
These shots are animated by the same studio, by the way. I just want to give a shout out for that, because they look hella good. And even though Nicole and Yuki don't fight this time, they fight to see who can influence Gumball's behavior better, with Nicole eventually winning as Gumball finally gives in to his urges of just wanting to taste the food.
He has style, crass, and elegance now. He's not the wild, unsophisticated animal you raised him to.
Give me that mac and cheese!
Nicole gets to be evil for a little bit, getting some revenge on Yuki and bonding with Gumball and showing how similar the two are. I feel like overall this was a pretty good mix of the fury and the gift, so this one gets a pretty good score. Season 1, episode 17, The Pool. Another episode goes by, another horrifying intro scene with Rocky. This heat wave, man, has come over Elmore and it's destroying the boys' summer. They just wanted to have a fun day in the pool and the pool exploded, so there's nothing that they can do until they look over and see that Mr. Robinson is now one of the richest people in the neighborhood.
What do you think you're doing?
They just want to cool down a little bit, but Mr. Robinson says they don't deserve it because they didn't work hard enough. They should have made the right life choices. While simultaneously, Mr. Robinson was dealing with his own issues, not connecting with his family. Mr. Robinson also wanted to have a fun day in the sun, but he wanted to do it with his son, Rocky. Now he wants to connect with him because he realized that he worked his entire childhood away. The boys do their part in helping Mr. Robinson reconnect with Rocky and help him see the joy in connection and family. This touches back on one of the lesser mentioned rivalries in the show of Mr. Robinson and Richard, both being neighbors and both being the men of their family.
Whoa, wait. Am I the only one who saw that? Rewind.
Robinson and Richard.
Enhance. Oh my god.
It's everywhere! This one reminds me of other Mr. Robinson episodes like The Tag, The Car, and The Heart, while also continuing the trend of criticizing heartless rich people. And now I have to put it down here, not because I think it's a bad episode, only because I don't think it's better than any of the ones that are above it. Here's my favorite clip though. Season 1, episode 18, The Portrait. Nicole's getting sick and tired of the weird McGraves painting that she's got hanging up in the living room. She decides that she wants to replace it with a brand new family portrait.
3, 2, 1.
The family is unable to get the picture done because they keep on getting distracted with someone new showing up at the door every time they're about to take it. I love these faces they make when they turn, man. Granny Jojo and Louie pulling up with this ancient devilish relic that they found in the basement. Mary and Daniel actually come through.
Your father and I have decided we'd both like to consciously uncouple.
She wants to leave me for her yoga instructor.
You remember Johnny Toucan, right, honey?
Hey, Nicole. Haven't seen you since senior year.
Yeah, when you were a Freshman?
Grandpa Daniel, get out. She is playing in your face, man. Even Frankie made his way out of jail to pop out. The portrait was one of the funniest ones to me. It feels like they just got a ton of toys to play with and then just like threw them all at each other, you know? All these characters making their individual bits, and you could tell like their budget was going stupid. Just a single animation of like them going from like one set of people to one set of people to one set of people. It's like so smooth, and I think it's so wholesome how Nicole wants to just take one picture with their family, and the resolution is so good. Like they do end up taking the picture, but she just puts the McGraves back up and things are back to normal just like that. Like, bro, this is just the sheer chaos, the sheer energy, the sheer fun that feels good to watch in this show, you know? Season 1, episode 19, The Climb. The kids are in gym class, and today they gotta climb up the school rock wall. Everyone's immediately excited. They start scaling it easy peasy. And usually Gumball would be doing the same thing, but today he's in his feelings. See, last time Gumball was climbing the wall, right? Oops, the pulley system broke. And he has to decide between falling and letting go of the wall or letting the pants go, and he chooses the pants. And he embarrassingly bares his cheeks to the rest of the class. Why did he clench? Oh, bro, wait, in the flashback, Penny has her shell. Bro, look at that attention to detail. So to overcome his fear and finally scale up the wall, Gumball has to go around trying all these different strategies to give him the willpower that he needs to finally get up there. Goofy as hell. Like, there's not much to dive into except for the idea of just accepting who you are and not caring about what other people think, but also feels just like another vehicle to get more Gumball booty jokes. He's really shaking that thing around nowadays. Even Penny notices.
Oh, sorry. Come on, Gumball. You're like a 24-hour bakery. Your buns are always out.
What episode of Gumball should we watch, bro? Oh, sure, dude. Can I have one of those pretzels real quick? Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, thanks. I love you, bro. I know. We can do this one. He has, like, no pants on and runs around with his drawers and booty crack out. That's it? That's it. Oh yeah, sure. This one feels similar to the butts, but somehow even more random. Because of that, I just find it a lot sillier. Season 1, episode 20, The Amadain. Gumball tries to pull up to Penny's house because she's home alone. He just wants to chill, sing some karaoke, watch some good movies, and of course, that doesn't happen.
We're gonna hang out, no drama, no fight. Why is there witchy stuff hanging by the light?
It turns out that Penny is not home alone. She was not being fully honest with Gumball. Today is a very special day. It's actually her grandma's 80th birthday, and her entire extended family is pulling up for their foreign celebration. But Gumball, I mean, understandably, is not trying to do all that, meeting his girlfriend's family for the first time, which he ends up mouthing off to her grandma directly, getting her respect. The whole extended family reveals their inner forms to Gumball as a way of showing that he's a part of the family now. I was not expecting that at all. I'm rocking with this direction though. And I'm not gonna lie, usually I like to defend Penny. She's one of my favorite characters, but she was kind of acting a fool this episode. She lied to Gumball to get him here and then got mad at him when he didn't want to participate, and she never apologized or got any repercussions for it. Ever since Penny's broken out of her shell and become more confident in who she is, I wouldn't go as far to call her toxic now, but I think she's making more decisions without worrying about how Gumball's gonna feel. We've also seen Gumball lie to Penny and not really listen to her, and I honestly like that because it gives them room to grow and it doesn't show them as like this perfect couple. They're still just kids figuring themselves out and having their personalities imbue the relationship with unique flaws that arise from that. I also don't think it was the greatest way for Gumball to see everyone's true forms, especially Patrick. It would have been cool if these two had a more cinematic episode where they have a deeper connection and it gets Patrick and Penny's closer family to come out of their shells. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool Gumball and Penny episode. Not the greatest, but I enjoyed it. That's all the 20 episodes that have dropped so far. Pretty impressive, you know, there are little places along the way. I bet the writers were trying something that they found funny and didn't really care about what anybody else thought about it. Shout out to Ben Beauclair. Hi there, little mistake. The Amadain is supposed to be where the cheerleader is, and everything else is supposed to be moved up. But I couldn't find the original file to fix it. Ivan for creating the animatic, and thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, let me know. There's more videos here, there's more videos here, and more videos coming soon. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like RT60, you should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like RT60, you should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.